a podcast created by two guys brought together by movement, transformed into brotherhood. The boys share their authenticity as they deep dive into what it means to explore this human experience. Shedding light on personal trials and accumulated wisdom, Conscious Collingwood is meant to provoke thought and insight to expand your personal awareness. Come along for the journey as Justin and Jeff exemplify what it means to be a man living wholeheartedly, balancing the divine, masculine, and feminine. Welcome to Conscious Collingwood.
Oh, bro, you're a fucking Spartan finisher. Everybody gets a trophy.
Fuck that. This is not a participation trophy. This is actually, I think, a real one. I think this is okay.
Yeah. No, I believe that everybody that goes through a Spartan should get a medal.
Truck, yeah.
It's a brutal moment in time.
I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
I don't know what was if anything was holding me back from doing it, but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I associated it when I first did it. I kind of associated it with like a rite of passage almost, you know, and it's just taking yourself into some deep water to see how you do.
Mm-hmm.
And that feels really like, it feels like an achievement afterwards. Yeah, you get to take your mind into those depths.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking, I had a moment of gratitude for the person, whoever. I was trying to do some research on the origin of it and who started and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously some crazy prick or group of people had this idea.
One guy.
One guy, right?
Joe DeSena.
And then it just
You'd
starts.
love him.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
no.
But he has this whole like series on YouTube
Mm-hmm.
where he takes kids to his farm where he started Spartan racing,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's hilarious.
Oh, really?
It's really funny, yeah. And he like has some clips where he's like, the parents will message him. A ton of the parents are like, "What are you doing? Like, we're concerned," and he's like, "Oh, just they're fine.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fine." And some of the text messages back from kids to their parents are hilarious. And then some of the parents like are like you, and they just like give it right back to them like, "Oh, sounds like a lovely day."
Oh,
And they'll
yeah.
be like, "They made us sit in like a cold river. Everybody's crying," and the parents like, "That sounds nice." Yeah.
Oh, I got to check this out.
Yeah, you love it.
Oh, mercy. That's
He's
awesome.
He's just a man that believes that there's a lot of, importance in working hard and going into the challenge instead of, being soft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, why I brought that up is I was just thinking about, it was just one kind of, call it a crazy idea. And then it manifests into what it is now. And it says traveling circus. And the infrastructure is insane to witness.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a traveling rock band. Like, they just go everywhere, right? And they're, I'm pretty sure they're global, right? So it's a machine. It's pretty cool to witness.
Like next week is Fiji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said to you, because I was questioning, I was wondering before the race, like if I'll get bit by some sort of Spartan bug, or it'll just be a one-off. But I feel like I've gotten bit by something, and then you alluded to that. That's just you now witnessing the potential inside of you.
Yeah.
You know.
You want to explore it.
Yeah.
It unlocks a desire to be like, oh man, if I can do this, like what else is there for me?
Like I was talking to you yesterday, like I don't forget the mud, but I have somewhat forgotten how physical the challenge actually was.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was fucked. The mud was insane.
Yeah. I explain it as it's like walking up a hill, like a skating rink on an angle that's covered in peanut butter. It's just you're slipping, and there was no traction at points.
No.
Yeah.
No. And some of the hardest terrain was the stuff running laterally, like just on the side hill, because
Yeah.
your ankles want to slip, and so you're like, I was running on the outside of my right foot. Well, it just seemed like you're going that way quite a bit, but yeah, just running on the outside of your soles to try and have that edge, almost like a skate to some degree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bite the ground, because if you were to run flat-footed, you weren't. You were sliding.
Yeah.
It was, it was so crazy.
Yeah. It was exhausting.
Yeah.
And for context, like I ran a 10K Spartan in beautiful weather in May, and it took me an hour and 16 minutes. And this year it took me an hour and 41:57, so pretty much 42 minutes, hour 42 minutes.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to run that long.
No, the additional energy burned, the calorie burn would be insane.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it's just baby steps. You're literally just having to put one foot in front of the other. You couldn't at sometimes take a big stride.
Yeah.
And I found sometimes the more effort you try, more effort, the more you would slip. So it's like you had less was more to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's
know?
neurologically exhausting because you're having to use so many stabilization muscles
Mhm.
instead of just getting the flow of it.
Mhm.
There was no flow. It was just
Talk about trying to keep your balance.
yeah,
Like literally just trying to stay up.
yeah.
Was
The
freaking.
amount of times I almost ate it, it was a lot.
Did you go down other than the sandbag? Did you go down a few times
on the
on the running?
I just kept falling back on the run, like running downhill.
Oh.
I
yeah.
would just start sliding, and then I'd have to like maintain the slide without being launched forward on my face.
Like I said to you, I think I was trying to protect my knees a little bit. I just felt like, moving too far forward, I don't know, just felt prone to maybe injure myself. So I ended up just feeling like I was sliding in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I would just run, slide, get up, run, slide, and it seemed to get me down the hill a little bit.
That's great.
Whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
I
wish I had that.
And there was rocks under the mud too.
Yes.
So yeah, my left side,
yeah,
a little bruised up and stuff. You want to see a bruise?
What happened here?
I think it's from that one. So the one box that has the rope. That you said, like, this is more challenging than you think it is. That one
where you're hoisting the sandbag up?
No, not that one. You have to get up on the rope, and then the rope comes over like the 90-degree angle.
Yeah,
so it's
gotcha.
it's awkward.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to climb the rope, and then I finally just jumped up and got as far as I could, and then just leveraged my elbow if I could, and then I just reached my leg up. So I had a lot of weight on my.
Yeah.
That's the only place I can think of where that came from.
That's fucking bruised, dude.
Fucking right. It doesn't hurt, but
yeah,
that's a Spartan right there.
I rarely bruise. You could beat me, and I wouldn't show it.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've loved walking around the house using that line now. Hey, respect. I'm a Spartan. Relax.
You wear your medal around? Fucking clinking.
It's hanging over my bed right now.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I put it on for special occasions.
Yeah. Like a war medal.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I gained a lot of belief in myself, and I'm going to do the 21 next year.
You're already committing to yourself?
I'm committed to myself. And I'm not, no more playing with this. I actually want to, like, fully commit myself next year.
So you had, I think you had the intention and the goal to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think just finishing the race and the conditions is a win.
Oh yeah.
So in saying that, then where do you feel you held yourself back? Because you seemed like you were training pretty well. You were running a lot. You were trail running. You were up and down the hill. You were making PRs. So like,
I rolled my ankle 2 weeks out, and then I didn't run for a whole week before, and then I did one run before. So there was like, in 3 weeks, I only did 2 runs before. One I rolled, and then another practice, or 2 practice. but I was still like just kind of just gaining my footing. And I do believe that I could have been a little bit more consistent with the running even before the injury.
Mhm.
I could have done more climbs. I didn't do many farmers carries up the hill. Didn't do any. I need to do more farmers carries up the hill. I need to do more running. And I hadn't worked out. Like I do daily movement, just like, demoing for clients, for class, teaching class, but I didn't work myself as hard as I could have. And I noticed it in the race. I was like, I shouldn't be so gassed right now. I usually have.
Because you look like you slaughtered the obstacles, especially
Yeah, I did. I did.
But you feel you could have done them faster, or your energy level would be stronger because you would be more conditioned for.
I think my heart and my lungs could have been a little bit, and my body could have been a little bit stronger. That, like I was strong in the carries, but I don't know. I just feel like there could have been more. Since the 60-day lifestyle at September, I didn't really work out for 2 months.
Really?
A little bit, but not as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of let myself go a little bit.
Yeah, you're out of control right now. You're
I
put on a few lbs.
I had high expectations, and I think the greatest thing that you can have is reflective awareness. In our relationship, you have like the mirror, the divine mirror of someone reflecting back of how you're not showing up. And then when I raced, it showed me how I really didn't show up in training as I probably could have. And that's why I didn't get first.
Did you recognize that at the end or during?
During.
So did it fuck with your mind?
Probably fucked with my mind. It was
like, not that you're letting yourself down, or you were having a Debbie Downer moment, but like,
no.
Do you feel it held you back in the race, going like, God, I'm not where I need to be, so I'm not going to win. Oh,
yeah. And I wasn't saying I'm not going to win, but I was just like, all right, let's just have fun with it. Let's not take it too seriously. Like that was my mental chatter. And yeah, there's really, this is all I can give at this point. I'm not going to hold an expectation that I'm not going to achieve because I can't. And my footwear was fucking horrible. It was like wearing moccasins. Fucking icy peanut butter.
Oh man.
So yeah, it was just, and I think that's a lot of wisdom. If you can reflect back to yourself and be like, okay, this is where I didn't show up, and I've been a practice of mine for years, self-development, right? Of let's not blame circumstances. How can I take accountability and ownership?
I like that. I think it's amazing to me how much comes up for you during that race. Like the amount of things that come to you. Again, I had a metaphor how similar I found the race to entrepreneurship. The ups and downs, the success, the failures, the accelerating, having to slow down to pace yourself, catch your breath, then go again, managing the terrain, knowing when to go, knowing when to just, this isn't safe, I need to pivot a little bit. Like it was insane to me. And then all the other stuff that comes up, wanting to push yourself in the future goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a laundry list of things.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
It's amazing how much thought you have while you're just in it.
Yeah, I know the first couple K were tough for me because, again, that start was just insane because it's so muddy and you had all these people going off at the start. And even that first, call it 20 feet, 30 feet as you round the corner was just complete muck. And people are just trying to get up the hill.
And it's just muck the whole way up pretty much.
Yeah.
So first, we're going to start you guys off running up the whole hill in mud.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go up two more times.
I remember, again, for those first couple K, I don't know how long it would be to the first obstacle, But I was like, where the fuck is this first obstacle? Like, I want to know where we are, and I need a bit of a break, sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then I would say after that, I got into a rhythm, and I was just kind of, not that I wasn't happy to be there, but I don't know, I just kind of fell in a groove and got into it, and I kind of enjoyed it. And again, it's just one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what you can accomplish with that mentality. You know, like I said, probably my proudest moment is just not stopping ever.
Yeah.
Even on the hikes, the climb to Sparta and stuff like that,
Yeah.
near the end, it's just like, you ain't, no. There's
One
not
foot.
1 foot.
Yeah.
And even if it's slow as hell, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're not stopping.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that I would attribute to my time and my finish. It's just is just keep going. You know.
Yeah. Jeff completed it 9 minutes slower than me, technically.
Yeah.
And that's phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for the my first event, I finished 15th out of 47 in my age category, and I was roughly 8 minutes out of 10th place. And it's like, I know where I could find 8 minutes for sure. And I'm sure every competitor can say the same thing.
Yeah.
But still, if things were the same, I know where I could find 8 minutes. The upper body obstacle stuff got me. I am weak as shit when it comes to some of those challenges, like
monkey bars. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud I completed all
like
those.
vertical jumps where you rely on your grip to get you up, or just to hold yourself and then
the one
pull.
with the climbing grips, where you had to get up and then climb over the stainless steel bars, right by
the mini golf or base of the in the village. Do you get that one? No.
Okay.
I stood back. I would say I attempted everything. Like, I didn't really just bypass them all, but I tried to study this for just a second. I was like, okay, is it possible? And there was a big dude beside me. Like, he had a lot of mass. And I'm like, what are the chances this is happening? He goes, nope. But he was still focusing on doing it. Yeah. And so I went and ran and tried to pull myself up. And I was like, this isn't, no. And so my mind is just time. Just, we'll do the running. So I just went and did the penalty. So I did try it, but it's like, I'm not going to stand here and keep attempting to do this.
Yeah.
I want to keep going.
Yeah.
You know? So, I went and ran the penalty and kept going. But yeah, a few technique things, like the rope climb, the first obstacle. I'm like, in my mind, I know how I should be doing it, but I'm trying to get my feet on the rope and do the proper technique. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Fuck. And then just went running, did the penalty.
I muscle that motherfucker. I got, surprisingly, I have really strong grip strength. And I do about 1 billion chin-ups. So that's why my foundations of like exercise is like focus on chin-ups, dips, fucking carrying heavy shit around.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the funny thing. Like, some of the carrying obstacles and stuff, that was just a day at Ike's Turf. Like, I've carried so many 50-pound sandbags.
Yeah.
And I put 2 on my shoulder and carried 100.
Yeah.
Like, that was almost laughable. I say that modestly, and I'm being a jerk and just joking, but I was like, oh, this is just a day at work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but pretty fun, the whole thing. Yeah. And I know when I started, my whole goal really was to be able to sprint the end. Like, so after the barbed wire crawl, like I just recognized where we were. I was like, oh, we're done. And then so I just sprinted from there because I just wanted to finish strong, not jaunt over, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. God, I'm kind of ready for the next one already.
I know. I looked it up. It's Fiji next week, and then there's one in March where it's in Spain. Want to go to Spain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun, though. I think, some of us have already talked about making a trip out of it, whether it's to Tremblant or maybe somewhere exotic or on the West Coast or something.
Kamloops would be nice.
But I think it'd be fun to run other terrain.
Yeah.
You know?
You ever been to Kamloops?
No.
It's like a desert.
Yeah.
Very deserty. Dry.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So no mud, potentially.
Oh, fuck. I never know anymore.
James is like, we should do the one in California. We're guaranteed to have good weather there. Like, just go there and do it.
Yeah.
But knowing that, like, if you had, I'm interested, interested to know how I will feel with dry terrain.
Mm.
Like it'll just be fun to see the
Oh, it's
difference
a
in
fucking
competing. Like,
fun. It's fun. You're flying.
yeah,
You're just cruising. It's nice. Get into the rhythm. You're just in it.
yeah,
Yeah. An hour and 16 to an hour and 42. That's a
it's a
lot of.
lot
That's
of
a gap of struggle.
right?
Yeah.
It's a whole other race almost.
It's a whole
Like
other
there's your
race.
21K
It's a complete
almost.
different race.
Mental. I remember running in some of the slope, like going uphill. I think I mentioned this to you, but like I kind of got into a flow state where I'm focusing on my next footing
Mhm.
because I can tell where someone didn't slip or where they did slip. So I'm avoiding obviously the wipeouts. But then you're like, okay, there's a stable rock. So you go in there, and then
Mhm.
finding crevices where the water has been running down and eroded a
Yeah.
creek, if you will.
Yeah.
But there's bare bones underneath it.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm running in that, and you're literally running
Yeah.
again, just
In a crevice.
in a crevice,
Yeah.
and not
1 foot right in front of the other.
yeah.
On a line.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing the same thing, and when James, Alex, and Jasmine ran, I was giving them advice, and I was like, the best advice is plan your routes. Like, don't look right in front of your feet. Look ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and unless it's obviously muddy, because then you're kind of just
Yeah.
stuck in it. But plan your route as best you can.
Yeah, for sure. And there was a couple paths where you're just like you would start on the right side, but then you'd move to the left, then you go to the center. It's just constantly trying to find
Yeah.
this path, right?
Yeah, I've been meaning to run the mountain. I want to do it today because I feel like we just need to have we need to connect again.
Connect in the mud?
No, no, fuck no.
Oh,
Please God no.
find another trail that's hasn't been
I
abused.
just need to run the mountain again and gain
Yeah.
my confidence back.
Mm-hmm.
Soothe our relationship. I feel,
You feel like there's some healing
I
that
feel
needs to
like
be
I
done?
cursed her out a little bit.
Oh.
We need to connect again,
I think it's one thing I recognize is the fact I didn't have any expectations. My only goal and expectation was to keep moving,
Mhm.
and it produced the result. And so, yes, there's room for improvement, and I think that's been a lot of my work outside of racing is just to have no expectations with life.
Mhm.
Obviously you're going to have some, but for the most part, it's just surrendering to what you're receiving and
Yeah.
deal with it. And that's kind of, I think, would really help me on Sunday.
Yeah. What kind of pops up to me for you was, you had the summer of Jeff, and then you almost had this like thing in October to work towards a little
Mhm.
bit. How'd that feel?
Yeah, it felt really good. And again, one of the reasons I'm most proud is because, let's call it 4 weeks ago, I could hardly get into bed some mornings because of my back.
Mhm.
Right. And so I was out west at that conference and, went through 2 weeks of, lower back pain. And so worked through all that. And, I never signed up for the race until maybe 2 weeks out or a week out because I just didn't want to let
Mhm.
myself down that I can't do it and make sure that I was safe. I'm in a good
Mhm.
spot physically. So yeah, I kind of just really proud and appreciative of being able to do something like that and have gratitude for the body that it was able to heal
Mhm.
and still push itself.
It was strong.
Yeah.
The thing is, you can have back pain and still be strong. You just have to, as long as you care for it, the
Hmm.
body will bounce back pretty quick.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think about the back pain as you're racing?
Not really. No. No. Nothing there.
Wow. Fuck yeah. That's
Fuck
awesome.
yeah is right. Yeah. Yeah. There's something you could probably see. Something's clicking. Like I'm already, I'm trying to call it train. It's like, I want to start establishing pull up routines and stuff like that and daily amounts, if you will, and
Oh
just
yeah.
strengthen the upper body so that I can go back and at least maybe complete 2 more obstacles,
Yeah.
maybe 3, maybe it's them all. I don't know, but it's
Oh
just
yeah. You're gonna
a couple.
you'll crush it.
Georgia has a silk in the garage, so it's like even practice climbing on that and getting my feet right.
Oh, fucking just grab hold of the silks and hang.
Yeah,
That's grip strength right there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I do have a pull-up bar, but even a different material, and it's being held
Yeah.
like this and not
Yeah.
like that, right?
I
Eagle grip or whatever they call it.
with my grip strength, also what you can do is you can wrap a cloth through the handle of a kettlebell, and you grip it, and then you do pronation and supination with the wrists. But I want hands where, I'm not a violent guy. I don't ever want to hurt anybody. If I get my hands on you,
Like you could decapitate someone with just twisting their...
I want to have strong hands. Like if I grab onto something, it's held.
Yeah.
I always think, like a fucking wolf or an animal came at me or whatever.
You could do something.
I'd be able to grab the back of the mane of that thing, do some damage. I don't know. This is just the wild man in me.
Yeah, I hear you. Mm-hmm. I had that, not that same feeling, but there was something about being strong, and if something happened, being able to complete a Spartan race and do all the physical challenges, it's just nice to know that you're physically able to defend yourself to some degree.
Yeah.
Or be strong enough to, face that adversity if something crazy was to happen.
I do believe that there's a settling to the nervous system when you feel able and strong and capable. I trained Muay Thai for a few years, which is like Thai kickboxing. They call it the martial art of the 8 limbs because you can elbow and you can knee people. So elbows, knees, hands, and feet. And it gives you a settling of the nervous system. It's just like, I don't ever want to hurt somebody. I never fought anybody because I didn't want head damage. Felt like I had enough. And it allowed me to just feel more safe within myself regardless of where I was in my life.
Yeah, that saves you for sure, right?
Yeah. And then the same thing there's a meme going around on Instagram. I find it gently offensive. But it's like talking about being like a guy under 200 pounds, and like you have to be worried for anybody that's for anybody that's over 200 pounds. Like you'll just get moved around, like they'll control you. And I was like, damn, there's a little bit of truth to it in the sense that you want to feel strong and capable in your body. But that takes, a lot of commitment and training.
Yeah.
But you feel like a deep sense of calm within yourself. And I'm sure that your family does too.
Yeah. I think there's something to be said for strength and agility, right? Like, so say there is someone 200 pounds, they can only move so quick and they can only be so agile, right? And that was interesting to witness some people in the race who looked super jacked or whatever, but their functional mobility is so limiting that they're not as strong as they maybe could be.
Yeah.
Whether that's in one of the carry obstacles or climbing or whatever one example you want to use. So, and I've always been pretty agile, like playing hockey and being smaller and being quick. Like my peripheral too is so aware. Like I would dodge hits at the last minute just because I had a sense of awareness and almost this sixth sense, like something's coming up and something's right here, and you just pan enough that I can see it in my peripheral, and then a periphery or whatever, and then just dodge it. And like I probably missed a few concussions just because I was
in the flow.
Yeah, but agile enough too, right? Like I'm pretty agile on my skates to some degree. So and I compare that to the running. It's like your foot would slip, but the agility to have that balance and everything else, and I think so that's attributed to I think a natural skill set plus growing up playing hockey and sports and stuff, but also the training we've done at Everlove and your classes and everything else, and a lot of one-legged stuff in those classes plus yoga and everything else. Like, it has to be paying off 100%.
100%. I focus on, when I teach class, I really focus on proprioception, so where your body is in time and space, and balance, because the leading cause of injury-related death after, I forget what it is, like 60 or 50, but is falling. That's just because people don't connect with their balance anymore. They lose sight of it, or they neglect it, and and it's something you can never let go of. Be able to control your body on one foot or two.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really think about it, you're probably more on one foot than you are two.
That's a good
Especially when
point.
you're walking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't plan to lose it. And it's one of those things, yeah, if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like anything.
Yeah.
So I don't think you do Spartan race in a wheelchair or the cane. So if I'm gonna keep competing, I need to keep doing it.
Okay.
But it is funny, like the youthful exuberance. It's probably pulled out of me. Like I don't, like I'm in the 40-year-old age category, but like I don't feel that old.
Mm-hmm.
I feel younger than that. My body feels younger than that. So it'll be interesting to see if I do this for a few years, if I get to 45, like what things look like, right?
Yeah.
How am I moving? Is it still there?
There's more people older than me competing at the higher levels than younger.
Yeah.
That says something. I'm like, oh, this is Spartan racing is something that seems to be this mid 30s to mid 40s,
Mm-hmm.
very competitive within that range,
Yeah.
which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually, it's like professional hockey. I'm pretty sure they're pulling these guys when they're like 16, 17, like young.
If not younger.
Grooming. I was watching the Beckham thing, and they were grooming Beckham since he was like fucking 10 or something.
Really?
Manchester United. Yeah, they had him just hanging around.
Jeez.
Grooming him.
You gotta be careful with that word.
Yeah, that's true. But
Preparing him?
well, no.
Grooming is accurate.
It's accurate.
Yeah.
It just has a negative connotation right now.
Right now. So not to get off topic quickly, but did he have that much skill set at 10 years old? They obviously
The
recognized
kid
him.
was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I never.
No,
Really
it's good.
followed.
It's a good
Yeah.
docuseries. I like docuseries.
Yeah,
That's really, if I'm a watch TV,
you're gonna learn something.
I like to, well, and I just like the mindset of people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Well, you see what he has now when it comes to monetary lifestyle, but you don't know what got him there to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
At least I don't know his work ethic and all sort of stuff, but he has to have some sort of work ethic and skill set, or else you don't make that much money and be the most famous or one of the most famous soccer players on earth.
Yeah, and parts of me are now curious of, and it's not because of Beckham. It's because of my physical pursuits of exercise and racing. I have this now like desire and this drive to be like, okay, well, if I truly focus, what's my potential? And obviously, I'm very balanced with. I like to live my life and have fun and enjoy it and not lose sight of the whole,
Mm-hmm.
my direction. Like I'm not going to hold myself back from other areas of growth to focus on racing.
Yeah.
But I do believe that I can balance it all and train a little bit more consistently.
I don't know if it's because it's still fresh, but I actually feel like there's an urge of uh, obsessiveness coming on. Like last night, I was literally writing stuff on the mirror, and I'm like, maybe I should start keeping my stats on a mirror so I can have the reflection of myself looking at me and holding myself accountable.
Yeah.
Not just on paper, but like I can see my soul in the mirror. I'm like, oh, fuck, this might not be healthy.
Do you have that pattern? Do you like obsess over
No, I
things for
never
a
did
little
that
bit
with hockey. I never did it with golf. There's something that's just
Yeah.
again maybe been triggered in me. That's like I just want to see. It's not even about the winning. It's about just improving on my capability, and then maybe my mind shift would change. Maybe it will be, we're gonna like adopt yours. It's like no, I'm gonna train to win this motherfucker.
Yeah. I want to do it once to say I did. And I think there will be some sacrifice, obviously, in other areas of my life to do it once. But yeah, I'm not one of those. I can't imagine I would be one of those people that wants to do it year after year after year and make a career of it. but I do want to see what I'm capable of.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. Again, it might just still be. I'm still riding a bit of a high from it, and just the the dopamine hit of it all. But I don't know. I'm also interested to just focus on something outside of work and everything else that's dedicated. Because, like I said, I think I said this previously. Like, I was a natural athlete when it comes to golf and hockey, but I never truly pushed myself. And so I think there is something in me that's like, I just want to see what I'm capable of if I really focus and push myself for a year. Like, what's the end result? Like, and I'm very aware of enjoying the journey and not having all these crazy expectations. But it's like, what will life be like, and what will the journey be like at the end if I was to stack a brick every day
Mm.
and got to be able to do 20 pull-ups? Like now, my max is maybe 8.
20 minutes a day, or 2 minutes a day.
Yeah.
You'll be better than.
Like, I've started hanging. Like, even you advised us to hang, and I never really did it. So I've already, 2 days after the race, I'm hanging in the garage on the pull-up bar.
I don't know if anybody did it, other than me.
No, probably not. But that's what I mean, though. So, but having the true dedication, and whether the accountability is written on a mirror or I do it in a journal or whatever, it doesn't matter. The whole point is, though, it's like, if I stack these bricks every day, what will be the end result in a year?
Yeah. That's what I say with handstands. I do a handstand a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty good at handstands now.
Yeah.
But it was that consistent handstand a day, even just one.
Mm-hmm. And I think for some reason, doing this race and this physical movement seems more attainable than the hockey or the golf. I can't go anywhere with hockey, and I haven't played that game in 5 or 6 years, really. And I haven't because of risk management. I don't want to get injured because we got too much going on with life and business. And then golf is just a very challenging sport, and it requires a lot of time. And I have done that competitively, and it would consume a lot of my life.
Yeah.
And it's a very time consuming sport. And I really just want to enjoy it. There's probably a danger there for me to have too many high expectations.
Yeah.
Because this past year I really worked on just having fun and not beating myself up for not being as good as I used to be. So being a little more playful with that sport. But this one here seems more attainable, and it's going to benefit me into the future when it comes to functional movement and strength and health and overall, whole holistic lifestyle. Yeah. So that's why I feel like there's a different energy or gear around the mindset of pushing myself to see where I would be in a year's time.
Collingwood's such a beautiful place to train.
Mm-hmm. It's also part of it.
Gorgeous here. It's got everything you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Were there any other things that came up for you awareness-wise, or?
Awareness-wise. No, I feel like I handled it well. One thing that always surprises me is how exhausted I am after, like the few days after.
Mm-hmm.
The dopamine, like, there's the high, but if you have a high, there's always going to be a low that follows. So I really had to manage my mind and my expectations of myself, because I noticed myself getting a little bit harder on myself. But no, it was a beautiful, like, so many people showed up too and supported me, and that made me very emotional, and it was beautiful. It was like, wow, like the community that's I've surrounded myself with in the past year is like the friendships. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. So much love.
Yeah.
Made me very emotional.
Oh, you're so soft, Justin. No, but it is pretty cool. I mean, the Everlove community, and even just outside of that, it's just the people that were showing up, and that's what I recognized through the whole race too. Is guaranteed with the thousands of people who are there, we're all going to have difference of opinions, and I'm sure with everything going on in the world today, we'd all have disagreements. But everyone there is there for the same common goal, and there was just something beautiful about that. And there was no bullshit around anything. It's just you're here in your gender racing.
Yeah.
And you're doing your best. And it's the camaraderie. Like, some people would engage in a short conversation. I don't know if you would experience that or not, but you were first out, so there weren't too many people out there. But
No conversations.
I a couple times just checking in with guys like, "How you feeling, buddy?" or whatever like that, and
Yeah.
someone would prompt me with a question, same thing, and you'd pass one person, then they'd pass you back, and so there's a little bit of movement like that. Um, I I would I asked a couple people, and they just nothing in return. So they didn't speak English. That's a possibility,
Yeah.
or they're just like, I'm in the zone right now. I'm not talking. But there was enough camaraderie, I would call it, where people you'd pass someone, they're like, "Good work, buddy," or "Good whatever," male or female would comment, and I would always reciprocate that or initiate it, right? And so
me too.
my whole point is there was just something beautiful about, I don't know, an inclusive community or the support from each racer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I actually, it was kind of fun. I raced against a woman the whole time. So her and I were like back and forth, back and forth. And on that last climb, she was gonzo, and I was like, bye. But it was really nice.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking right. What a powerful woman.
Yeah. There's a couple times I felt that someone might have cut a corner because I'm like, how? I passed you a long time ago. How in the are you already ahead of me now?
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you just? And I would ask the one guy asked, like, did you just blow through those two obstacles? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
So I don't know, because there was a couple places in that race where you could fool, like if you were by yourself and someone wasn't watching you or something, you could take a quick right and bypass a couple obstacles, and but who knows? Maybe that's all tracked. Maybe there's maybe there's zappers or something at each
Matt
obstacle you
Code,
have to.
who he got penalized.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And he still won?
Well, I don't know if he won. They added time to his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they added time to his, whatever his time was.
Yeah, in me saying that, there's got to be there's checkpoints where you'd have to pass, where there'd be obviously some sort of GPS or something at each obstacle and throughout the course, or else.
I think he was penalized just because he didn't start at the time he was supposed to.
Oh.
He was just like, I'm going.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Yeah, they did say over the announcements at the start, if you don't start at your heated time, then you're disqualified.
Huh.
So hopefully they just added time, but I did hear that they would you could complete the race, but you wouldn't be in pursuit of the prize money or any of the prizing if you didn't race in your allotted heat. Yeah.
So what are your takeaways? If you got 2 takeaways.
I think going back to that, having pride in myself, that I've never let myself down, and the ability to push through adversity, and like how strong my mind actually is. I can remember being on challenging job sites and having a piece of equipment go down and having to do something manually because whatever, and I would just put my head down and just dig through it, or it's moving an obscene amount of sandbags because it had to get done. It's just I kind of giggled to myself, but I would set minor goals throughout the race. So it's like, even if it was a woman and she started before me or whatever, it's like, if I see someone ahead of me and there's some people behind me, it's like, I want to pass that person before the crest or whatever. And I would kind of hunt them down.
Yeah, nice.
And it would give me energy. I don't give a shit if they were walking. It doesn't matter. The whole point was just setting this little goal or this intention. It's like, okay, I'm going to push myself to get there faster than anybody else behind me. So just I think the mentality I had around racing, it was very natural and instinctive, and I think that's maybe the high I'm riding. So I think that'd be one, just the strength in my mind. And then what would another takeaway be? What's coming to me now is just the respect and appreciation I have for my body. It's just so magical, and wanting to continue to take care of it, nourish it, in all the best ways possible. Enjoy it, still party, have a good time. But yeah, like when I finished the race, I felt really strong. Like I could have kept going, And then maybe an hour or two later, my body started to maybe release that pain. Didn't start to mask it anymore.
Yeah.
And so the inside of my left knee I'm only assuming that's just muscle and tendons, but it got real sore. And then going to bed that night, the top of my left foot was fucking aching like a bastard. And that's just all probably because of all the side hill stuff and just, having to maneuver. And I think I really relied on my left side for coming down the hill and going uphill and stuff, just the way the comfort of using my body. But in saying that, the next day my foot felt fine. Like I was kind of back to 95%, if you will. And then, 2 days later, my knee had subsided. I had done some cold plunging and did a few modalities like that. Maybe cheated using some Voltaren the first night. But all in all, the body feels really strong.
Yeah.
But it is amazing how, is it the atrophy? Like a couple days later, how it's showing up. Like 2 days later, my grip strength, my forearms, top and bottom, and grip strength was so weak and just like painful.
Yeah. My elbow's still a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think it's only because I've been working out.
Just been working out. But no, dude, and that's what I said. I want to see what this machine can do, and the ability to do what I did, make great time, and prove myself to myself, and then still recover in a short period of time. I mean, there's still some recovering to do, but I still went to class. I think it was on Tuesday. Did Ari's class, and that was a monster. And I'm looking forward to strength tomorrow. I've just been fatigued, so it's like I'm trying to manage my energy. It's like,
of course,
I wanted to go this morning. I wanted to go Wednesday. It was just like I just need to listen to this thing.
No, and that's it just shows your commitment to yourself over the past year of food, diet, and exercise, improving the quality of your body and its ability to do hard things and then bounce right back.
Yeah.
If you don't take care of the body through food, sleep, hydration, all that kind of stuff, and exercise, you're gonna lose it.
And there might be, I'm going to ask you the same question here, but we still talk about me. There's a sliver of vanity to it as well. Like I've never felt stronger and I never looked better.
Yeah.
And so there's also that's motivating me too to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. I honestly feel like I look better as I age.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I look back at younger versions of myself, I'm like, what a fucking nerd.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how I have a wife, to be honest, looking at old photos.
She saw.
How did I even talk to anybody? Yeah.
For sure. You ever have a chin strap? I could see you with a chin strap.
No, fuck no. No.
I had a buddy with a chin strap in grade fucking 7. Swear to God.
The boy band chin strap?
Chin strap. And I could barely grow a mustache, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think most, not to get off topic, but I think most people, if they're taking care of themselves, for the most part, tend to look more attractive as they get older.
Yeah.
Like I think you grow to the baby face and baby weight stuff, and there's just a maturity to their face. And I think it's probably the attractiveness is also a little bit of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the personality, life experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would be your 2 takeaways then?
My 2 takeaways were not to release expectation real quick and just enjoy it. I felt that was very powerful for me, important. And then so just like being able to change your mindset. Because if I wallowed in that and carried it with me, like all this expectation, like that's just weight, emotional weight. And it was a beautiful day, So many other people raced. So many people were there from the community. and yeah, I was just able to soak up all the love and not be too distracted by the expectations I had for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Second takeaway would be, yeah, just the insight it gave me into my training.
Mm.
That would be it. Also, footwear. Footwear is extremely important and leads to ease of mind through the race.
Yeah.
When I saw one of the guys who I think he placed third, but he was running the hill day before and had tried 3 different pairs of shoes on just to make sure that he got the right, like was wearing the right shoes. So I think that's.
I wonder what he ended up selecting. Like, I did read you weren't supposed to have metal spikes or some sort of spike. So I don't know if
metal
it's
spikes, but plastic.
Yeah, obviously it's a safety concern. Yeah, even because I had recently bought a pair of trail running shoes and they had good traction on the bottom, but I think the sole still got full of mud and it still felt like a flat sole. So it's like I just don't know what other tread you would use. Like again, I think people were using soccer cleats.
Yeah.
There's yeah, I don't know what those would be like to run in for that distance, but
yeah, like, I don't know, but
I haven't worn soccer cleats for a long time.
Well, hey, they run.
Yeah.
They're meant to be running.
Yeah, true.
So. Those are my big takeaways.
That's good. Well, we owe you a lot of thanks because you inspired a lot of people at Everlove. And how many was there? Like there ended up being at least 6 to 7, myself 8.
And some of the kids of the parents.
That's right, yeah.
A bunch of the kids did.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, Danielle was there too, so that's 10 from this. Yeah, so I mean, let's call it a dozen people from the Everlove community were running.
Yeah.
And who knows if they would have if you weren't inspiring the classes and everything else. So
just sharing about my journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I realize is I had a compliment the other day of people really enjoy my authenticity online because I don't think I've posted too much recently. Preparation for the race, I really go inside. But yeah, I think just be you, authenticity. And as I was training or as I was racing last year, I was talking about it and just it inspired people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at all of them. And they all did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few people got, I think Jasmine got.
She won her
age category. Caitlin was 3rd or 4th in her age category.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Everlove strong.
Yeah.
The Everlove Warriors.
Yeah.
We're going to get t-shirts made next year.
Yeah, and it's fun. Everyone's already talking about doing a team race next year, putting in a team.
I'm going to run the 21 next year, and then I think we should get a team for the 10K.
What do you I think that's great, yeah. The 5 is almost too short.
It's too short.
Yeah, like that crew in the mud ran that in just over an hour, like an hour and 10, an hour and 11.
Yeah.
So, good conditions, you're an hour maybe, and it's like just over with. And you're really pushing yourself that much as a team.
And I would be able to coach people through the obstacle too, to do it a little bit better.
Do you think it's, as the team, are you supposed to stay together or could you separate? Or are you supposed to?
Well, it's the rules of the team.
Yeah.
Sometimes
do you want to finish as a herd, or do you want to win? I wonder how that works. Is it a cumulative time, or
I don't think
points?
It's just sometimes you sign up as a team, and I don't think it means anything.
It's all horse shit.
Yeah. For those that don't want to be alone.
Oh yeah, it's chaos though. Like watching the team event or the open categories, like.
Parts of me don't want to.
No, you're waiting 30 people deep to throw a javelin or climb on one of the A-frames or something, and you're just like, it kind of takes away from.
It does.
Yeah, so I think if you do the 10K as a team, there's less people doing that one.
I think you and I should do the 10K elite next year.
I
We'll
don't.
just run it together.
I thought you said you had to finish top 5 or something or 5th to be in the elite category.
See, I think that. So what I realized is the nationals is all that matters is the 21K beast. So all the other races in the elite categories aren't like the 21K beast. That's like the bread and butter of competition.
Mm.
So they focus on that one, and the others are just kind of whatever.
Money makers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there weren't many people in that category when you went off Sunday morning. Like
30.
there was, yeah.
Yeah. The real competition is 21.
So after you seeing my performance, would you recommend I do the 10K or the 21?
Oh, dude. I believe you should do the 21 now. But no, it's what do you think?
Instinctively, I'd like to do the 10K again just to see what my time would be in good conditions.
Mhm.
But I also felt like I had more in the tank, and it'd be cool to see myself do this for a couple hours. I mean, I did it for a couple hours, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it would take me 3 hours, 4, I don't know, but
Probably
just to
2.5.
see. Yeah.
I almost think well, Toronto's in May, and we could do Toronto. You could do 10K in Toronto,
Mm.
and then October you reassess.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and May's not that long away.
it's the winter away.
Yeah. I think I could maybe do that.
All right.
Should we tell a quick story about our friend in the collar shirt?
Fuck yeah, of course.
I'm gonna maybe try. If anybody watches YouTube, no, I don't want to do that. I could take a photo of him. This guy was a fucking beauty.
He was a beauty. We saw him Saturday, so Jeff and I went and
Justin gave me a little tutorial on some obstacles, and
we walked the
helped me
course
out.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's this guy with this teal, like, swear to God, maybe a little bit brighter than this couch, dress shirt.
Button-up dress shirt.
It looked like,
He might have had cargo pants on too. Like I forget or shorts. I can't remember what
he had shorts with 2 fucking Gatorade bottles in his pocket.
I never saw that.
Yeah,
you serious?
Yeah.
I never saw that.
And the guy had he looked like he probably biked 50K that morning just to get here, and took off his church clothes and put his shorts on.
That's what it looked like. He might have arrived in a horse and buggy. Like that's
yeah.
And his footwear too. Like, and not that I'm being judgmental or assessing this guy, but I'm just like, well, who the fuck runs a race like that in a dress shirt?
Yeah.
So he gets through that.
So he runs the 21K
on Saturday. Yeah.
On Saturday, and so we saw him racing,
mm-hmm.
and then we go back, or we finish off by watching like a start.
Yes.
And he started again. Racing again. And then
in the same shirt still.
In the same shirt. And I'm like, who is this monster?
So he's run 2 races on Saturday.
And
then guess who's at the start line beside Justin on Sunday?
Sunday morning.
Did you happen to see him, or not until I pointed him out?
I didn't see him.
You were pretty focused. You were front of the line, and you were raring to go. Yeah. But I remember, like, obviously being there to support you and see the start, and then I'm like, this fucking guy's running again.
Yeah. What a monster.
What a monster.
Good for him.
100%. It was inspiring.
He didn't have a teal shirt second
No,
day.
He was dressed maybe a little more appropriately, if you will, if you want to call it that. But what a laugh.
We had a riot. It's like inspired by this gentleman who probably was one of my cousins.
Back on the dairy farm.
Yeah. It's that farm strong.
Yeah.
Farmers. I remember, like, there was a joke in Kitchener-Waterloo that whenever you played rugby against, like, the country team, you get fucking slaughtered.
Oh, yeah. Those kids at 16 are forearms the size of my quad.
Yeah. They're just different.
100%.
Yeah, bred different.
It was crazy, though, to witness people. Like, there was one gentleman. How old would this kid be? He might have been early 30s, maybe late 20s. I don't know. But he had like a baggy tie-dye shirt on, and again, not assessing the wear. And remember, I sent you a voice note. Like when I used to play golf, I used to play against guys who had the best equipment, best outfits. Arriving in the nicest cars. Like just they had sports psychologists at a young age, and I would go out and beat them from time to time. I know my dad took a lot of pride in that. There's a few stories,
Yeah.
but yeah. So it's not always about all that stuff, right? And so
Yeah.
I had that mentality. It's like being at the start line and seeing these guys with the nice shoes and these, you can just tell their outfit looks expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, fuck that. I don't need that shit,
Yeah.
And so yeah, not that I was judging a book by its cover, but this lad in this tie-dyed shirt, baggy shorts on, and it looks like he had work boots on, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the one handlebar obstacle there, this was the first upper body one I almost finished.
Yeah.
And I was 2 handles away, and I fell.
Yeah.
And I think I just rushed the movement.
Yeah.
And I yelled so loud through the resort, I'm pretty sure people heard it from the other side.
Yeah.
And I wasn't mad at myself. I was just frustrated. Oh, I almost had it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm doing my penalty lap. And as I start my penalty lap, this kid in the tie-dye shirt is just going. And then so I finish my lap and I'm starting the climb.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker comes out of nowhere and he just books it past me. And I'm just like, what? And so I'm hoofing it up the hill and it's tiring and getting along. Then I glance up and he's miles ahead of me. I'm like, this guy's a goddamn animal.
Yeah.
All this to say, guess what he's doing? He's running another race after that one.
No.
And I saw him on the course again. I don't know if he was doing the team one, the 5K one, or what was next. My whole point is this kid was at it again.
Yeah.
I'm just like, so again, the gentleman who had the button-up shirt, this kid here, like it's just inspiring to see the stamina and drive and everything some of these competitors have.
Yeah. It's the stamina. Like Matt Code running by me, and he was the same thing on that last climb, just like looks over at me. He's like, beautiful day for a race, like lovely racing, like just the kindest guy ever. And he's just gone. And I'm like, and I know that he mountain bikes and it's like, wow, it's interesting this volume that people are in capacity that they can like keep going. And that's what I'm really curious with now.
Mm-hmm.
Is like, okay, well, how can I obtain that? And I think that's where I'm like, I made the connection of like, ooh, I didn't train consistent enough to be able to hold the capacity that I wanted to.
Because strength is one thing, and obviously, even those 3 examples, like Matt's a strong guy. We've seen him in class and stuff.
Strong dude.
But he's lean. He's not the biggest guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's lean and fit, obviously. Yeah. This dude in the tie-dye shirt, like he was a tall kid, but didn't look overly robust or anything. And then our potentially Amish friend, just a block, just a fucking square block.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have strength, but it's like there's the stamina element is just
part barbarian.
Just insane.
Yeah.
So fun.
It was fun. What a great weekend.
Yeah.
It was nice to connect with everybody and ourselves and see what we're capable of.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I appreciate again the whole support thing. I really appreciated you being there at the end, and it was just nice to hug you and and wrap that up. And it was just having Terry there and Jazz was watching and the boys were there. Definitely some good feelings there.
Yeah, I thought about one thing I'm a little bit inspired to do is like, how can we create little like smaller ones, smaller days of challenge,
Like the movement experience? Or something a little more challenging?
Yeah, I guess I'm already doing that a little bit. But like the movement experience, but more like harder.
Yeah.
The movement experience is really to help people connect with their selves, their physicality, and their body, but we don't push as hard as we could.
Yeah.
But I'm very interested to add a hill component, do a workout, add a hill component, have some running. Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to train enough where when you complete the race, your body's actually so used to it that your recovery is pretty efficient?
Yeah, I think so. It's that volume. I really think of Steve, your brother-in-law. If he can say like, I only run 21 or nothing, I'm like, okay, like, wow, that's a lot of volume.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem like it's really phases him at all. So.
Yeah, I think he really enjoys the meditative process of running it.
Yeah. I want to get there. I want to know that part of me because I've never gotten to that level.
Yeah, and I think that's what I was sharing before. It's like, yeah, I there's more in the tank here. I've never probably truly maximized my athletic ability. And this sport for the next year or two, I think, will really allow me to do that. And like you said, I don't think I need to do it till I'm 50. No. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll just take it 1 year at a time or one race at a time. But getting a taste of this, yeah, for sure. I want to do the one in May now, and probably do the other one at Blue.
Yeah.
And then from there, see what happens.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I don't need to ruin the machine.
No, fuck, don't ruin the machine. No. But use it.
Yeah. Well, brother, that was fun.
That was fun.
Anything else?
No, that's all. Where are we at, time-wise?
Probably just with a few extra chats there, probably just over an hour just before it. I'm stoked.
I miss this couch.
Yeah, we took a week off there. Maybe it felt like 2.
Yeah.
So we had some backup podcasts, but this one's coming in hot. We're gonna launch this one right away, and then
real hot.
You know what? I think Terry actually might.
She might do it. Fuck yeah.
Pushing her.
Let's go. Get Georgia in there.
She because I think you said get your ass to class, or you invited her to class there midweek. Everything's so
Tuesday.
Goddamn busy right now.
Yeah.
Till we get some staff back here, it's we're just busy. But she's like, Jess wants me to class, and then just timing didn't work out. And then she saw your post about training starts tomorrow. She's like, that's why he wants me in class. He wants me to run the Spartan next year.
No. I just know she hasn't been.
Yeah. But Jasmine was pushing her because when Terry was there, Jasmine was like, you running?
Yeah.
Terry's like, fuck no.
Last year, I saw a girl about Georgia's size.
Doing the kid one?
She was doing the fucking one I was doing.
Really?
Yeah. And I caught up to her, and her dad's there, and not like, very supportive, sound like a beautiful, like a really wonderful man. And she was doing the bucket carry and was fucking carrying it, dropping it, but kept going. And I like said to her, I was like, you're doing amazing. Like, keep going. You got this. And I was like, wow, what a girl, to have that mentality.
Yeah.
And she wasn't giving up. Like, her dad was very encouraging, but you could see it in her that she wasn't like, she wasn't like crying. She wasn't like emoting in any way. She was just like, this is tough, and I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna make it happen. It was very inspiring to me.
I'm still trying to figure out. We were just gonna wrap this up 5 minutes ago. We're still talking. I'm trying to figure out if you're born with that grit, or does life kick you in the ass enough that it just becomes part of you, or what? Because I think whether it's external validation stuff that I was looking for when I was younger, which creates that grit, or wanting to try and be better than my other teammates. I don't know, but there's a grit there, and I see it in our oldest Ella. Like, she has a grit and a competitiveness that she's born with, because it's not just taught. Like, she's had that in her for a long time.
Yeah,
it's epigenetics, likely that has something to do with it. But I'm interested to know.
Yeah. I think I definitely I resonate with that, because I love working hard. Like, I really enjoyed, I don't know if you remember it, but just one brick at a time, building that pathway at Everlove, taking those bricks, taking them off the truck.
Move them like 4 times.
Yeah, I love that. I could do that for hours in the sun.
Yeah.
30 degrees.
And I just wonder about this grit. I'm not saying you don't have it at all, but like, you didn't grow up playing sports, and so what was that grit for you? Was it just work ethic on the farm?
Work ethic. Yeah.
You know.
Not that I had it as a child, but I had it as an adult. And I think maybe it is from trying to prove myself, but I find it very easy to get into a meditative state when I'm working hard. I just like it. I like the accomplishment I feel after. I like the challenge of it. I like knowing that, not everybody can do this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was probably a stupid prompt for me because it comes from everywhere. I think you are born with it to some degree, but then, you'll go through enough life experience where you'll have to either dig deep and find that grittiness, or else you'll just keep getting eaten alive. And
Well, I'm gonna send you these Joe DeSena, the guy that created Spartan, these videos of how it's like a TV show pretty much. So I think it's 5 episodes, 5 or 6, and they're half an hour long. He takes a bunch of kids to the farm, has them carry rocks up the hill and down the hill and up the hill and down the hill, and just hardens their minds because they're always stuck to tech, and the parents have provided a beautiful but easy life for them. So get them to see what true challenge is and what they're capable of.
Inspiring. Yeah, I'm gonna check this guy out.
Oh, dude, yeah, lovely.
Yeah. Well, thanks, dude.
Thanks, brother. Can't wait to podcast next week.
Right? I wonder how our buddy Dan's doing.
I know. Home Sunday. We'll have him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think we should have him next week.
Like fresh?
Let's have
fresh
him
off the boat? Like he's...
Next Thursday. Let's do same time.
Yeah.
But bring Dan along. Just for context, Dan's on a 4-day fast vision quest in Texas. In Texas. Walking Texas.
He might not be speaking anymore. He might not have any words.
Well, I told him not to come back a weirdo, so... I was like, whatever you do, don't come home this fucking hippie, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a family to take care of.
Imagine Ari doesn't recognize him. It's just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. I'm awake and, get out of here.
I'm a man now.
Barely.
It'll be very interesting to hear what he has to say. 4 days of fasting.
Yeah. Dude, I'm really proud of him. I think he doesn't like nature, and he went into nature with no food for 4 days. And I don't think a tent.
No. He's not allowed to build a fire.
Wow.
Not supposed to wander, create a shelter, nothing. The whole intention is to sit with yourself and do not distract yourself. Because in theory, you could distract yourself finding twigs or branches.
Exercise,
all that sort of stuff, right?
I would move a lot just to be in my body, but I don't think that's a distraction. I just think I'm avoiding discomfort from stagnation.
Yeah, and as you obviously share, when you're moving, you're going to move energy too. So things
I do a lot of Tai Chi.
More stuff might come up for you if you're moving your body.
Yeah.
Moving that energy through your body.
Fuck.
He'll move to a monastery. He'll just like abandon life.
Shit. No, don't do that, bro.
I have a feeling he'll come back and he'll be wanting to lead these, and he'll just want to explode the men's gross stuff.
Yeah,
and
I think so too.
He might be a little annoying with it all.
You know how he is.
Yeah, it might. He'll just be selling like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just
he'll have that
trying
spark.
to grow this thing, and then it'll be after co-captains and.
Well, the thing about Dan is he build it and they will come.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has zero challenge recruiting people. Like our first the men's circle in KW he had 2 groups of 30 just off the bat.
Really?
Yeah. And pretty much here too. He doesn't know anybody, but build it and they will come. Like he has
a very persuasive nature. Yeah,
he has a gift, and I think that he can really help a lot of men. So I'm excited to be part of the team. But
Beautiful. Well, we'll have to rearrange the furniture, or just the three of us will be here.
Come here, Danny.
Yeah.
Sitting right in the middle. Both be staring at him.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can't wait.
Cool, bro.
Yeah, bro. All right, that's it.
Thank you for being with us. We love recording these podcasts. If you know anyone who would resonate with today's episode, we would be grateful if you would share it with them. If you have any questions or comments, do not be shy and reach out. We would love to connect with you. Until next time, be well, love yourself, and live consciously.